Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse has an important message to XRP holders, so if you hold XRP, make sure to watch this video until the end. We are about to go on a deep dive on Brett Garlinghouse's most recent comments about a flip the switch moment surrounding XRP adoption. And after I give you my honest opinion about Brett Garlinghouse's comments, we're going to go through a quick markets update. There has been plenty of military tensions happening in real time. How are the crypto markets reacting to geopolitical tensions? So we're going to analyze how is that going to affect the crypto markets. And if you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get started.
There's not one switch. There's 100 switches. There's 1,000 switches. And it's all of these little switches, and bit by bit by bit, until it really does, I think, have an exponential impact. And I think you're starting to see that. It's taken a little longer in some cases, but on the other hand, we've made so much progress. And you're seeing more and more of these little switches flip. And it's the reason why I have so much optimism about 2026 and certainly beyond. But part of that truly is, you all are one of those flip switches. Like seeing the passion in Australia, seeing the passion, we're on a kind of world tour right now. And like, it's awesome. And each of these individual things and the advocacy and clarifying and debunking the FUD and misinformation, like it's all.
So I truly believe a lot of people needed to hear that message. There are hundreds of switches, and I 100% agree with Brett Garlinghouse. That is indeed a long process, and I like to quote David Schwartz, you don't expect to revolutionize the financial system overnight. Now, I personally like to be accumulating digital assets like XRP when the markets are boring. When nobody's paying attention, when there's not much action happening, that's exactly the moment I like to be buying my largest bags of XRP. And basically, XRP remains at the center of everything Ripple is building. And by far, Ripple is the most well-connected enterprise in the entire crypto ecosystem. So XRP holders, this is a reminder. Patience. All we need is patience. Holding XRP is like winning the lottery in slow motion. Are you just going to give up after so many years holding XRP? This is a conviction play. And honestly, even geopolitical tensions on the grand scheme of things can be gasoline on the fire for XRP adoption on the long term. On the short term, however, we need to be realistic. So let's go back to the crypto charts. I want to provide a quick markets update. So this is the situation with BTC. And to understand what happens next with XRP, of course, we still need to look at BTC. BTC has lost a major support level that is now acting as a resistance on the charts, and that level is precisely $70,000. I want to anticipate it remains extremely critical, and this is the level you want to be watching for, $64,000. You need to be watching for $64,000. That's what matters for BTC right now. So the last time BTC revisited this level, actually had a major spike in volume. And here's the deal. With high volume, it comes greater responsibilities. Versan, what's up, man? I'm recording a video.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I was in the background. You added me onto the stage.
I added you to the stage. That's hilarious, man. Maybe you want to join the video.
No, not right now. I just got done making one myself. I saw it was saying it was live, and I'm thinking like, what the hell? I'm not live right now.
That's fun. I'm going to add that to the video. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording so we can talk.
Yeah.
So guys, as you can see, I had a surprise. Versan just joined in. We use the same platform to record videos, and by coincidence, both of us were sitting there at the same time. So what are your thoughts, Versan? I'm really curious to hear about it. So many geopolitical tensions, military escalation in the Middle East.
Well, I just put out a video. I encourage everybody to watch it. And yeah, this was an accident, so I saw that it was live. I didn't mean to like pop in here, but yeah, I mean, I can't sleep, man. I really couldn't sleep. There's just so much going on, and I'll put a final thought here and I'll let you finish your video. But I mean, everything you see happening today is it's a war-driven reset, right? And if you look at like history, you start to see that wars and global conflicts, they're not about territory, they're not about ideology. It's fundamentally about controlling the governance, currencies, global power structuring, and that's exactly where we are today. So I think all this conflict is ultimately just going to result in a new settlement system currency. And we've been talking about this for a very long time. So gold and commodities are going to be key collateral roles, agnostic technology settlement systems that are outside of the dollar-centric power structure, right? We're going into a multipolar world, man. But basically all the conflict you see happening right now is a signal that we are, in the early stages of this reset. Something along those lines. So a lot more is going to unfold until tomorrow, and we'll be covering this as well together.
Yeah, for the ones watching the video, because the video will go live today, Saturday, we're going to be live Sunday, which is going to be tomorrow. I don't know which time yet, so we're going to let you guys know, probably CST time 12:15, right, Versan?
Yeah, we got this. Last thing I'll say, man, is just for the audience, just be careful about the propaganda that you hear. You have to understand that any nation out there that doesn't play by the rules of the New World Order, they're treated as a villain. And that's what we're seeing happening with Iran right now. Okay?
100% agree.
Labeled as a villain simply because they don't want to bend over and take it up.
100% agree. And when everyone has the same opinion about something, you need to be suspicious.
Yeah, basically. So, just be mindful what you're going to hear. If everybody is given different versions of the same story and you have emotion that overrides logic and facts that are confused with propaganda, then there will never be a consensus, but the division will be permanent. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. So there's a lot of propaganda. Just be very cautious, okay?
100% agree. And as a matter of fact, that's only going to speed up the demand for a neutral bridge asset like XRP. That's the ultimate XRP's role.
Mm-hmm. All right, brother. I'll let you go, okay?
All right, man. Thanks for joining us, Versan. That was very spontaneous. And I'm going to see you tomorrow, man.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, back to the video. I'm not going to lie. That was a blessing to have Versan for a couple of minutes. That was 100% spontaneous. So now back to the video. I want to bring back BTC charts. Then we're going to jump to XRP charts. So back to Bitcoin charts. Here is the situation. The critical support level at $64,000. Just a couple of days ago, there has been a massive spike in volume around that area. And here's the deal. With great volume, it also comes great responsibilities. This means that BTC has to hold this level. Otherwise, we're going to have a major crash. So here's the summary. For us to be more hopeful about the future of BTC, we need BTC to be above $70,000. Until it doesn't climb above this level, nothing basically changes. We are still at a critical area on the chart, and $64,000 remains the most critical support level on the short term. And here is my ideal load up zone on the chart is between $50,000 and $40,000. Let me clarify, I'm not buying BTC at these levels. So by the time BTC is actually at $40,000 or $50,000, there is a high probability, for example, that XRP is going to be at 70 cents or XLM is going to be below 10 cents. This is going to be the area I'm going to be injecting large sums of capital, almost going all in. Just to clarify, not buying BTC itself, but buying the utility tokens. And until we don't have an improvement in other indicators such as the open interest, the trend is 100% bearish. So as you can see, open interest keeps going down. And here is the XRP situation. So basically, it's not that different from BTC. We remain at no man's land. No clear support levels on the charts. And my ideal buy levels for XRP remain here, which would be around 70 cents. That's when I would start loading up the bags. If you don't yet hold large sums of XRP, let's say you have less than 1,000 XRP, then I would not be waiting for a correction. We never know if the dip is actually going to happen. Even though I give a higher probability that we are going down before we go up, I would not be waiting for the perfect scenario. This level is already attractive if you understand that XRP a couple of months ago was trading above $3. I have been accumulating XRP for over 5 years, so I'm not really needing to rush my entry because I do hold a lot of XRP in cold wallet, so my ideal buy levels are actually going to be at 70 cents. Can I be sure that's going to happen? Absolutely not. Do I believe there is a high probability we're going to see 70 or 75 cents in the next couple of months? Absolutely yes. Do I have a crystal ball and I can tell you that's going to happen 100%? Absolutely not. So if you don't hold enough XRP, I would actually split my entries, do some DCA. That's also going to help you psychologically. What I can tell you on the short term, the trend is bearish. And we have to play the trend. They can leverage military tensions to actually create chaos in the crypto market. So stay away from leverage. Just use spot. It's not a financial advice, but I'm avoiding leverage as much as I can. We are still at no man's land. No clear support levels on the chart. The bottom is not clear yet. And there is one hidden danger that can actually trigger a massive chaos in the crypto markets, and that's about the S&P 500. Well, in my opinion, right now, the S&P 500 is a ticking bomb. The military tensions can be a massive threat to the S&P 500, and here's the big problem. Every time there was a tiny correction on the S&P 500, a 1 or 2% correction, crypto was dumping 5, 10, or 15%. So this is a clear indicator we are in a bear market. And here's the problem. The S&P 500 is still near all-time highs. So what happens to the crypto markets once the S&P 500 does a movement like this? Or perhaps a more aggressive correction like this? This is definitely on the table. We are not in a healthy economy. A massive correction to the S&P 500 is just like a ticking bomb. And right now, with military tensions involving the United States and the Middle East, who knows what's going to happen when the markets open this Monday. This move could trigger BTC to lose 64,000 support levels, and we could have a new apocalyptic zone in the crypto markets. So yes, we could have some buying opportunities in the next days. When it comes to XRP, I'm not scared. I am 100% confident and bullish on XRP adoption, but we need to be realistic. XRP is still following BTC movements, and BTC is still following the S&P 500. So if within the next couple of months we have a massive correction on the S&P 500, I would not be surprised at all to see BTC below $50,000 and XRP below 70 cents. Do I want that scenario? Well, absolutely not. But if that happens, I'm simply going to be loading up my XRP bags. I truly believe utility coins are going to have a massive run once they decouple from BTC, and I truly believe that decouple at some point is inevitable. You can't run the financial system and still be tied to BTC movements. Let me know in the comments, do you think XRP is going to decouple from BTC? And if you want to trade crypto without KYC, I'm going to drop a link in the description of this video for Bitunix Exchange. That's the exchange partner of this channel. Thank you everyone. I'm going to see you in the next video.